As Ali Carter breaks off, it's good morning to Joe Johnson.
Yes, good morning, David. Good morning, everybody. As David said, two men that are playing with lots of confidence, although you would think that Mark Davis is absolutely flying with confidence at the moment. Defended his Six Reds World title, and I think that's 3 times he's won it. Some feat, that.
Yes, he's almost disappointed to see the 15 Reds.
Yeah, but make no mistake, he's very good at this type of game as well. He's proven himself to be a great player. Left it a bit late, but better late than never. Now, can he see enough of this red to the right corner? Not enough to pot it. Well, I'm sure he tried to leave that cue ball closer to the corner pocket. And now the Carter will be taking this one on. Well, he's considering one of the reds there to the baulk corner, but... And maybe it's a little early to be taking these type of shots on, but you feel that he would get this one. I'm confident he'll pot it. Well, that's why I'm here and he's down there.
Well, pretty much the minute you said that, you could guarantee he was going to miss.
Yeah, and to make matters worse, he's left it on. Yeah, maybe a little early to be taking those on, but he didn't attack it confidently. He wasn't confident about the shot. And a chance now for Mark Davis.
Mark Davis is the seeded player of the two. He was in the top 16 when the qualifiers were held, and Ali Carter just outside. In fact, that's reversed now. Carter's 16, Davis 17, but of course the ranking's changing all the time. Bottom line is they're very evenly matched, these two. Their most high-profile meeting was at the World Championship 2012. Carter won that one comfortably, 10-2. Of course, he went on to reach the final, but 4-3 to Carter on the head-to-head, so it is close between them.
$14.
And when he takes this red, it clears the way for him to go into the pack sometime in the future.
15. $22. $23.
Well, just a delicate operation here. The pink has got to go as close to its spot as it can. whilst all the other spots are occupied.
28.
Well, he's got the angle to go into them, if he so wishes. But still got a couple of reds he can play for.
$37. 38.
Same scenario. He's got one more loose red, or he could go into them this time. I suppose the good point here is if he does take that last loose red, it's easier to go into them from the blue then. No, chose to go into them this time round, and he was a little flat at the back of the pack there. That's why the cue ball didn't come out. Got them too full, so just a safety. Could well have been game over there.
Mark Davis 45.
Doesn't want to leave it touching. Referee's decided it's not touching. It was always going to be a big ball, that blue. Couldn't quite get the red thin enough. And this is another half chance for Mark Davis. Gonna have to get it though. Could be leaving reds on if he misses it. Yes, there was a lot of pressure on that shot. Trying to make sure that he left the cue ball low on the black, which made the red to the baulk corner a little bit more difficult. I think he was thinking too much about what was going to happen if he missed there. To the left middle. Well, it looks easy on television, but I can tell you that that's a very tight angle. Be a good pot if he gets this one. And a good pot it was. Couldn't get the right side of the blue, but he's got the baulk colours that he could play. Just about come far enough for the red over the middle.
Seven.
I think the thing about Mark Davis at the moment, he's not only match fit, he's had a lot of matches, he's been winning them all. So he comes here full of confidence.
Sky high. It's a tough match this though for both players. 59 points in front.
14.
He's got one relatively safe red.
$15.
Well, the black and another red, and Ali Carter will require a snooker.
Yes, he's going to have to be fairly accurate with his position here though. All the reds covering one another. Now, has he come too far or is he just right?
22.
To be accurate there, didn't he?
Well, it's all on this. 6 reds on the table, just as he likes it. But is he on it? It's obviously tight.
Well, it's still in the balance this game then. He's playing the safety. Tried to push a red to
My
the
game's
cushion, which
22.
is done. And a good pace on the cue ball.
Yes, he'll be disappointed not to kill the frame off, but sign of his experience there, putting a red safe, putting the white safe, so pressure still on Carter here, 67 behind, possible 75 on.
Yes, a little fortunate with that double kiss. Not leaving anything on. Forced into taking the pot on really. There was no safety shot. To bringing one of the safe reds off the cushion. This isn't going to be far away. Just too hard. That's a great pot.
1.
That's a great pot. And that was game ball.
Well, the shot of a man in great form, great confidence. Would like this as well, though.
No danger. And as you said, David, a man
8.
full of confidence taking that red on. Especially when he was 60 odd points in front.
9.
Well, it's happened late for Mark Davis. He's 41 years of age. Until last season, he hadn't been past the quarter-finals of a ranking event, but he reached the semis of the first two. He won
15.
that 6 reds in between. He got to the semis of the UK Championship, beat John Higgins at the World Championship, and this season he's continuing in the same
16.
sort of form. There's not really any precedent for it in the game to start playing your best snooker in your 40s.
$23. $24.
So he's dominated the opening frame. Malik Carter yet to get on the score sheet. Mark Davis queuing very nicely. Leads here in Shanghai 1-0. First to 5 will play John Higgins in the last 16. We'll be back after the break with frame 2. Frame 2 just underway. They've had a shot each. It's 1-0. Mark Davis leading Ali Carter. The other scores, Neil Robertson's won the first frame against Wang Yu Chen. About 25 minutes time, that'll be live on Eurosport 1. Barry Hawkins 1, David Grace 0. David Grace from Leeds. It's his first time at a final venue. And Mark King, this is in the wildcard round now, leads Zhu Yingwei 1-0. And later on, by the way, Judd Trump against Michael Holt will be the main match. Ali Carter has good memories of Shanghai, having won here 3 years ago, but he knew coming in today that this was going to be tough. Would have been anyway. Mark Davis has had a good couple of years, but the fact that he's come here off the back of winning 2 titles makes it doubly difficult, and he certainly dominated the opening frame.
Yes, and he can put this cue ball in the baulk area and try and cover that red by the brown. Ali Carter could have played this shot last time round. It is risky because if you don't get the pace right, you leave the red in the middle, but if you get it right, you put your opponent under pressure. That's a good safety. That's a good containing safety shot.
Well, while Mark just studies this, happy birthday to Ken Doherty, 44 today. Can't swear Ken will be up yet, but if he is, happy birthday. Didn't qualify, lost to Udaloo in the qualifiers, but I suppose the consolation is he gets to spend his birthday at home in Dublin.
Yes, he'll be old enough for the seniors next year, David.
Watch out.
I'll probably get him. Now with that red going in baulk, safety play's got to be down this end of the table. And if you can play off these 2 reds, Mark, try and get that cue ball back dead behind the black, dead on the cushion behind the black. his opponent in trouble. Just a little pacey. No damage done. First one to get this cue ball dead on the cushion then. Possible attempt at the baulk corner maybe. Doesn't want that red to come all the way back down the table though. A little harder. And that was a disaster. Just looking at where he wants that cue ball. He wants to put it dead on the cushion, but whereabouts? Oh, right behind the black looks good. He didn't quite get it dead, and he hasn't quite got it far enough. Possible red to the left middle. Tough shot though. Type of shot this, that if you take it on and miss it, you expect to lose the frame. He's already one down, doesn't want to go two down. Could roll up to the two reds just above the black. He'd have to get the weight right though. And he could attempt to bring that cue ball back to the cushion. Tough shot again, so he's in a little bit of bother here, Allister. That was a tough shot, and he's left a few reds on. He was forced into it, he felt.
One.
So it's over to Mark Davis to try and do some damage here.
Yes, and the way the reds are, you would expect him to do so. Sometimes when the reds are spread all over the table like this, it's not always easy, but the way they are, all out in the open, nothing near a cushion, you would think he's going to score heavy.
I think this is where concentration is important. You see quite often when the balls kind of look easy, player just maybe takes their eye off one and all of a sudden they're back in the seat.
Yeah, like that last shot for example, he left himself too straight on the blue, and now he's left with this. Well, he should get this shot, but It should have been a lot easier than this, and he knows it.
Ten. $70. 18. $23. 24.
Well, Ali Carter didn't pot a ball in the first frame, and it's just starting to look like he might not pot one in this one. He was in trouble, the shot he played.
29.
And he'll be in even more trouble if Davis continues like this.
30.
Well, again, that last red he'd played to leave himself straight on the blue was a little
35.
careless.
$36. 43.
But now back in prime position.
44.
Well, pink to the right corner. Don't think he played for that shot, but he's dropped nicely on it.
$50. 51.
Just
56.
under hit that one slightly.
$57.
So one more red after this green. And you can tell he's got lots of
60.
confidence. Mark Davis. Another confident positional shot that.
$61.
Doesn't look like missing.
So already a snooker needed this black, you would feel, to make sure of the frame. Well, when the chance came, he took it well.
69.
Good crowds yesterday, particularly for the John Higgins match in the evening. I'm sure there'll be plenty in later for Judd Trump as well.
75.
But at the moment they're watching Mark Davis making a really good start to the match. He's been good in all departments so far. No reason why we shouldn't see a century now.
$81.
Yes, there's no doubt, David, that we're watching a top player here. And every chance of getting back into the top 16, deservedly so as well.
$88.
Nothing he can do about this. He attempted that tough red to the middle.
89.
It was full of danger, and he knew it.
$97. $100.
So there's the century. Terrific stuff from Mark Davis.
147 centuries.
104.
That's a landmark, isn't it?
$109. $115.
It's going to be a total clearance. And at the moment, from Mark Davis, it's total dominance. That's terrific stuff.
Mark Davis.
Total clearance of 122 from Mark Davis to open a 2-0 lead. The Sussex man. Ali Carter then to break in frame 3, trails 2-0, and is yet to pot his first ball of this match. Mark Davis on top, and an excellent 122 break from him. Total clearance in that second frame.
Yeah, that's a pretty good break off though. Can get the cue ball back to baulk, but there's danger attached to the shot. May have to leave this cue ball down the black end of the table. No, looks like he's taking the risk. And it didn't pay off. And he could have left this easier. Right to the right corner. A little smile there from Ali Carter, knowing that this isn't an easy shot. And it's one of those where you've got to get it, otherwise Davis could be off again.
One.
Concentrated fully on the pot, at the risk of getting good position. This is another tough one. And that's another good one. Two good shots from Ali Carter, especially What's happened to him in the last 2
8.
frames?
Nine.
Well, just trying to develop those
16.
3-4 reds above the black, which is done. And just depends if you can get to one of those 2 reds above the black. There it goes, but can't get to the black. And really,
70.
adrenaline pumping there. I'm sure he played for one of the balk colours into the balk pockets. And if the break's going to continue, he's going to get a tough yellow. He's the wrong side of the brown. That's another good shot. You can't fault his bravery. Ali Carter took that red on in the last frame, where a lot of people wouldn't have. Well, again, could have done with that cue ball being closer to the black. These are missable. Right on the shot, wasn't it?
Well, it sounded less like a mobile phone and more like an ice cream van.
He's just taking 99 here.
Oh.
Well, that's going to affect him as well, because he was well and truly put off before the shot. He was going well. Although I did say that he could have got that cue ball closer to the black. It's time the audience just thought about how unfair it is to have their mobile phones going off, especially right on the shot.
One.
Thinking of just laying up behind the blue playing the snooker, and that wouldn't be a bad shot. There's no reds to land up to. But he wants to try and win the frame at this visit if he can. So he's taking the green on. Good, positive, confident shot that. It was so easy to lay the snooker.
4.
Yes, I think there's 2 things. One, he fancies getting them, he's cueing so well, and 2, he knows if he can win this frame at this visit, it's really going to put Ali Carter in a bad mood, because he was in, missed that black, phone went off, which certainly didn't help.
5.
He's done this a few times so far in this match. Left himself short again on the blue. A little fortunate if you can see enough of the black. Didn't play for it. Didn't quite bring the cue ball back far enough, so may have to go up for the blue again.
30.
And this time he is the right side of the blue. Did he play the cannon there?
18.
I think he did. I think he played the cannon to the two reds to the left of the pink to leave himself on reds to the right corner, but he missed them. And now he's in a little bit of bother. Oh, another good recovery shot. There's no doubt in his confidence. Back in good position.
$26. 27. 32. 33. 38.
Well, he's thinking about playing for the pink, but that will tie a red up if he plays for the pink.
39.
So played down for the black.
$46. 47.
Well, Ali Carter was in. He wasn't ideal on the black, and then a mobile phone went off, so it was already not guaranteed, but after that phone went off, his concentration when he needed it to be 100% was certainly affected. He missed. Mark Davis has stepped in.
Yes, and being 2-0 down didn't help. Just when he needed all of his concentration.
$55.
And little rubs like that, he could so easily have finished up behind the red there, but because things are going for him at the moment, still needs another red.
It's going to hurt. This is
6.
going to hurt Ali Carter. As Joe says, he's already 2-0 down. when he misses that black, but for Mark Davis to win the frame off it, it's a double whammy.
$63.
But once again, you've got to credit Davis. He had to pop these. He has done. He's looking really sharp.
69.
Yes, he just fell out of position once and got that good recovery shot to the middle.
70.
And it looks like another century here.
Well, I know the old phrase "life begins at 40," but it's very rarely has been true in snooker. It's the age you're supposed to start declining if you haven't started already. Not a bit of it with Mark Davis.
77. $80. $84.
Well, it doesn't get any better than this, I can tell you. He's playing top-class snooker.
$89.
Yes, you can't fault it. Just that one error from Carter. Wasn't helped, of course, by the phone going off just before he
95.
got down to take the black on. And Davis has ruthlessly punished him. This black for back-to-back centuries. That's brilliant. That is brilliant from Mark Davis. 122 followed by 102. He's firmly in control. He is not missing. Simple as that. He only needs 2 more frames and he will be in the last 16 of the Shanghai Masters. He leads Ali Carter 3-0. Mark Davis just breaking off in frame 4. He leads Ali Carter 3-0. He's had back-to-back centuries of 122 and 102. Must-win frame this, you feel, for Ali Carter, the mood that Davis is in 4-0. Very hard to see him losing. 3-1, a bit of hope at the interval for Carter.
Yes, and he's in a little bit of trouble again here. No easy path back to balk. Doesn't want to take this red on down the right side cushion. The double kiss is on if he plays safe off it. Well, he took it on. And that was a risky red to take on. Always knew he was going to be leaving this red on if it didn't go in. Could have come off that left side cushion, landed up into the side of the pack.
One.
And Mark Davis is off again. And the mood is in. You never know.
Eight. Nine.
Yes, just using the other reds there to hold for the black. Again, these are tough blacks, these.
That's the only mistake he's made, I think, dropping his jewel.
60. 70.
He once took a bookkeeping course, Mark Davis, about 10 years ago now, because he was worried he was going to drop off the circuit. He wanted something to fall back on. But into the books last season went just shy of 150,000 in prize money.
24.
Ali Carter, of course, qualified pilot. But this is turning into a bit of a rocky journey for him.
Yes, again, he's just left this a little straight, so can't get as close to the next red as he would have liked.
$31.
The last loose red then, unless one of those two reds to the right of the pink goes into the left middle. Just coming down to have a look at that. Best angle on the black, but he can get into them.
39.
Just depends if this red goes. May have to play it with a lot of topspin on the cue ball, come off the side cushion, the left side cushion. It's a little unfortunate.
46. Mark Davis, 46.
Is there a red just at the back of the pack there? And we'll go to the right corner. Tough shot, isn't it? But that's all he's got. Oh, what a good attempt. And it looks like he hasn't got away with it.
One.
Well, maybe the cue ball just drifted in towards the red. He wanted to be further away from the cushion than this. And again, tough black this, but just needs to drop it in. There's a red just above where the white ball is now. Nothing fancy, just drop it in. Now, is it hard enough? Anxious looks from
8.
Mark Davis. Body language is saying he can't get it. Just potted the black a little thick. Had it gone in cleanly, the white ball would have gone another couple of inches. It'd have been on the red.
Mark Davis 8.
Well, a very important little passage of play, I think, coming up for Ali Carter. 54-0 down, 3-0 down, so not looking good. But if he can win this frame, gives himself a little bit of hope as they go into the interval.
Another terrific pot. Where is he getting them from? And a little unfortunate to have caught that middle pocket bump. So no option now but to play the snooker.
Mark Davis 1.
Yes, couldn't have done that, of course, in the 6 reds. They'd banned that, but back in traditional snooker, you can. And well, a great pot. It was Carter was a little short with the safety. He didn't quite get to the bulk cushion, but even so, terrific red.
And in deep trouble. 2 cushion escape. Caught it too full. Now, does this red go to the right corner? He's having a good look. Does it? Can't tell from his face. Oh, tight, eh? Well, he would only go off that right-hand angle, and this is a good chance for Ali Carter. Just one awkward red.
1.
Must-win frame for Ali Carter. And he knows it. That adds to the pressure.
Yes, he's not actually had much table time.
8.
You know, you're tuning in, look at the score, you think he must have had a shocker, but that's not the case. He's not done that much wrong.
Again, could have done with that cue ball just being a couple of inches harder. Good recovery.
17.
And just the wrong side of the blue. Next red's not going to be easy now, unless he can get that cue ball in and out of balk, and it looks a little straight. Three points behind.
Not the shot you want, is it, when you're 3-0 down?
That's another good recovery shot from Ali Carter. That could be a frame winner. This red to the right corner, if you can just get high above the pink spot. Showed a lot of bottle there.
Well, he's a tough character, isn't he? We know that. We've seen it down the years. We saw it last season in Berlin when he won the German Masters, the Tempodrome. Saw it here 3 years ago when he won the title.
31.
Well, did he get a kick there? And that took the pace out of the cue ball. He's not happy. And he's left himself a real
38.
tough red, this, with no guarantee of position. Good pot. Good pot.
39.
Not ideally on the blue, but he's on it. Well, he's on the pink as well.
This time it's Mark Davis in his chair, wondering if the frame's going away from him. Still be pleased enough with 3-1, but of course he'd prefer 4-0.
Again, he's got to be careful here, doesn't want to cannon into one of the balk colours. Played it well. Well, providing that cue ball stops, he got a big bounce there.
Oh, it's heart in mouth time, isn't it? He's okay. It did run on and on though, didn't it?
Well, he didn't deserve that, did he, if he had have been snookered. So just 10 points behind. Doesn't need the black. Two yellows would be okay. It's just slightly the wrong side of the pink. And the brown not being on its spot just makes the green a little bit more awkward, but it shouldn't be too difficult to get on it.
$47. $49.
Yes, that was the difficult one.
52.
Brown, blue and pink then to win his first frame of the match. What a great effort this has been so far. Just 3 more balls to take the frame.
56.
Yes, it was in trouble a couple of times, but kept his discipline. And showed good
61.
character, this from Ollie Carter. Nice to see.
Well, Mark Davies still in control, but he was 55-0 up here. It could have been 4-0. Ali Carter throws himself a lifeline. How important is that break going to be? Terrific 67 clearance from the Essex man, and he keeps himself in contention. Mark Davies has made 2 centuries. He's played terrifically well, but Ali Carter, great clearance there to the pink. As I say, he wins his first frame and gives himself some hope as the players go to their 15-minute interval. So Mark Davies leads Ali Carter here in Shanghai 3-1. Well, 3-1 is a good lead, but Davis was 55-0 up in that 4th frame. 4-0 obviously would have been more acceptable at the interval. Great clearance it was from Carter.
Yes, and boy, didn't he need it. And that's a pretty good safety. Davis got to be careful about that red over on the right side of the table. Got to keep that covered. For a moment there, thought the red was going to be going in the pocket, but he played that cue ball into such a place where he wasn't going to leave anything easy for his opponent. Good safety. Now, can you see enough of the red to the right corner, the one that's over the pocket? That's what he's looking at. If he's left the gap there, Ali Carter, he's most unfortunate. But he had. Oh, and what a kiss on the red. The pink catching the red 3/4 ball, and it's onto the middle pocket. It was a good pot. It was a good kiss, and it was another good kiss. How he left the gap there, nobody knows.
8.
I thought he'd missed that for a moment. Well, it was awkward with the spider, but you expected him to get onto the black there. And that's a real let-off for Ali Carter. Just didn't get enough stun on the cue ball.
Foul. A base 16.
Well, he was trying to leave that cue ball touching the black. And the 7 points won't bother him too much, but the next safety shot, mate. Didn't want that full ball kiss. And there are a couple of reds Ali Carter can attempt. Neither of them easy. This one down to the right corner looks a favourite to me. Looks like he can leave that cue ball on the black cushion, beyond the pink if it goes in. Relatively safe if it doesn't. Just trying to leave it touching the black. Very delicate shot. Close. No cigar. He's in a little bit of bother here. That red on the right side cushion, stopping the easy safety shot back to balk. Doesn't want to collide with that one. This is a chance. Mark Davis. Long distance red. It was never easy, but that kiss on the red has given Ali Carter a chance now.
Yes, and he knows full well he's not out of this yet. It'd be a different story if he'd given away the first 3 frames, but he didn't. Just outplayed in them.
One.
Certainly the way he cleared up to win that 4th frame. He went to the interval, I'm sure, feeling okay. This isn't over yet.
No, this is a good chance. He'll be expecting to score heavy here. 3 or 4 reds goes to the right corner. Somewhere where the white is now would be nice.
Seven.
Well, it looks like he's just in no man's land there. Not quite hard enough for the red behind the pink. This one's very tight to the right corner. Overhit it.
8.
And again, he's left with a tough green. He keeps knocking them in, but you can't keep doing it all the time. Very much a finger. When he feels the back end of the cue there. Jimmy White plays a lot like that.
11.
Another great pot under pressure.
Very wristy his action there.
12.
And as you say, a really good pot under pressure. And he's knocked a few in, especially that last frame when he needed them.
Well, he's had to fight harder than most in his career, Ali Carter, and again showing great fight here today.
18.
Only just qualified. It was his first match back from the cancer treatment. Beat Adam Duffy 5-4 in Doncaster. And one of the big things for him and Mark Davis as well in the coming few weeks will be
24.
making sure they're in the top 16 for the Masters in January, which of course it's only the 16 that play in that, although Ronnie O'Sullivan, he's just outside, he'll be there as world champion, so it might just be the top 15
25.
plus Ronnie. But obviously that's a tournament everyone wants to play in, so next few events very important for the rankings.
Yeah, just left that one short. Wanted to be fairly straight on this red to play for the pink. And now he's got to manoeuvre that cue ball.
$31.
Couldn't get ideally on it. And there's a tough shot to the middle. May have to stun across for this red over by the left side cushion. Good pot. And nicely on the red.
37. $38.
There's another red that will go to the left corner.
44.
Doesn't need to play for that plant. Six
45.
points in front. Nice angle on the pink, just to drop down and maybe play a cannon to the red or the black. Well, I thought he would have played the cannon there. That would have left him on choice of two reds, but
51.
he chose to play for this loose red, and if he's on it, it's not a problem because it releases the other one.
$52.
Not quite the right side of the blue. Had to take the more difficult pink, and he's really worked these balls well. Ollie Carter
58.
just needs the red.
Yes, a really determined visit once again, just like the one in that fourth frame. And this match now getting closer. Mark Davis, remember, had two successive centuries to lead 3-0. He was 55-0 up in the fourth frame. But Ali Carter now has made this a match. They're both playing well, and it's anyone's. Don't think that's going to make
65 in frame.
too much difference. 65 from Ali Carter. Mark Davis stays in his seat. So he's done what he had to do. He's got the match much closer. It's 3-0 to Davis. He was absolutely flying. But the captain has pulled it back. It's 3-2. We'll be back very shortly with frame 6. So it was 3-0 to Mark Davies. It could have been 4-0, but now it's 3-2.
Yes, it's been excellent snooker so far.
There's no partition between tables. That's why Ali's looking over at the other table. There's no Great Wall of China out there. Certainly good for the audience. You can keep an eye on what's happening on the various tables. There's 4 of them, these two TV ones.
Oh, so close. He was on the black. And it doesn't look like he's left the red on.
Another high quality first round match. Tough to call a winner, but it proves you've got to play well right from the off in these tournaments.
Well, he could have played off that single red by the cushion. Chose to play off the pack. And that was a very attacking safety shot from Mark Davies. He has pushed the red over the right corner, but Ali Carter can't see it. So Ali Carter in a little bit of bother. If he takes that cue ball back towards Bork, he could leave that red on over the right corner. He's got a good cue ball, but that red's there. There's plenty of pressure on this shot. No guarantee of position. Doesn't have to take it on. He could play off the left side cushion, land up to the red closest to the left corner pocket. These are the kind of shots where there's no real value in taking it on, but a lot of players do. Always interesting to see what kind of shot players play. He's assessed this red. He knows that there's no colour, no easy colour to get onto. Now what's he going to be? Does he take the pot on? He does, he's got it. It was a brave shot to take on. And it just shows you his confidence at the moment. He could have flicked off of one of those reds and been on the blue, one of the Bork colours.
brown. Mark Davis 1.
So Mark Davis with the safety advantage. Again, this is trouble. Double kisses on. A little fortunate there, Ali Carter, covering this red with the red he just attempted.
It's gotten good and tense, hasn't it? Good if you're watching. Although not if you're a big supporter of either player, maybe.
Caught it a little thick. But again, no easy red for Mark Davis. And no easy colour if he does manage to pot a red.
One.
That's a great pot, and he's on the blue. Well, he had to get that one, but what a great chance now.
Six.
Well, he chose to play for the red by the blue. Thought he would have come down for the red over the left corner pocket, which would have led him to the black.
Seven.
Wrong side of the brown. So it's going to be the green or the yellow. And now he's on this red to the left corner. Not straightforward this though. If he finishes high on the black, when he pots the red, the black, he'll be going into the red behind it. So yeah, I think that's a good shot to play up for the blue. May try and bring the pink into play here. Again, doesn't need to. There's plenty of other shots he could play. But chose to try and bring the pink into play. Left him on choice of reds.
70. $22. $23. Yep. Okay. $30. $31.
Now he could play the cannon to the red just below the pink here. And it, again, would leave him on reds and free the pink at the same time.
$38. $39.
First winner of the session, Barry Hawkins, 5-0 over David Grace. He'll play either Mark Allen or Ryan Day. They're up tomorrow. This match has certainly been closer than that one. Well, just hear a phone going off somewhere.
Yes, and the next red's a little awkward. Again, he could play the cannon to the pink or play for those loose two reds. Didn't quite catch it full enough.
44.
Had he caught the pink full, could have been on reds to the right middle. That's end of break. But it's a good 45.
Mark Davis,
Been
44.
looking to win the frame from there though. Good safety.
So 45-0, Mark Davis leads this sixth frame. And he's got Carter tight on that baulk cushion.
Yeah, should be able to just drop that cue ball on the black cushion though. There's no reds that will go to the left corner. But he's got the safety advantage at the moment, Mark Davis. He'll be looking to try and get a red on the cushion. He's got a couple of safe reds with those two touching each other. We'd like to see another one on the cushion. He's not bothered about putting reds on cushion. He wants to see him in the pockets. Another good shot from Mark Davies. And another good chance. Good pot. Carter not getting that cue ball close enough to the cushion. Allowed him to go for that pot. But he's too high.
Mark Davies
How
one.
many times have we seen those missed? Little cutbacks, but he hasn't got the desired position. Yes, if it had missed the green, it wouldn't have been a bad shot, but he's left a red to the right corner. I'm saying left. Still a tough shot, but it's a chance. And in it goes. Could do with a good kiss.
One.
Surely he won't take the black on. Just a little trickle up behind the green. Cut off the left side of the table. Oh, he's thinking of taking the black on. This is how confident he is.
Well,
Can't believe this.
It's a big shot, isn't it, if he takes this on?
Well, it was a big shot and he split the two reds.
Mark Davies.
Oh, can Ali Carter get to the potting angle? It's red over the left corner. It was a brave shot to take on. Probably deduced that those two reds were safe and he could have won the frame at that visit.
Well, it just shows how confidently he's feeling. You know, you thought all day long he'd roll up behind the green, but just fancied getting that.
It could be costly. It should be costly.
Yes, he's got the reds all out in the open, so chance to win his third frame in a row here.
Eight.
Neil Robertson has won 5-1 against Wang Yu Chen.
9.
And what that means is that in a couple of minutes' time, so not quite yet, a couple of minutes' time, this match will transfer to the other channel. So you can continue watching this match on Eurosport 1 in just a few minutes' time. It'll be with Philip Studd and Mike Hallett commentating. Oh, he's high with the black.
Ali Carter 9.
Well, that's incredible, isn't it? He'll be absolutely fuming with himself there. That was just a simple black. Didn't get a kick. Just too high, as David said. And it looks like the red will go as well. That's a difference of 2 frames, that. Would have been 3-2, 3 each.
1.
And it looks like it's going to be 4-2.
It was a much more difficult black, of course, that Mark Davies took on and missed to give Carter his chance for 3-3, but that could be a huge mistake. It's surely going to be. This red to lead 4-2, barring
8.
snookers.
Nine.
Well, Ali Carter will be so disappointed because he knew that was a golden chance for three each, but he's going to be 4-2 down. And the little bit of pressure that was on Mark Davies just lifts now that he's got that 2-frame cushion back, because it looked like it might be going level there. Carter knows he did have a chance, but it's Mark Davies who wins the 6th frame. It's Mark Davies who moves to within 1 of victory now, leading Ali Carter here in Shanghai, 4-2. Yeah, disappointment for Ali, missing that black unexpectedly. I'm sure he was surprised to see it stay out. And he has it all to do.
5-1 Robertson's victory. Back live now though on table 2. Intriguing battle this between Mark Davies and Ali Carter. Now Davies raced into a 3-0 lead. Carter didn't score a point in the first 2 frames, Davies making a century. Davies was in first in the 4th, but Carter battled back to win that one, won the next and had a chance to perhaps level up the match at 3-all. But just before we joined this here on Eurosport 1, Carter missed a black off its spot and it cost him the 6th frame. So instead of 3-all, Mark Davies is just a frame from victory at 4-2 in front.
And of course it doesn't get any easier either, because the winner of this match takes on the defending champion John Higgins in the last 16.
Higgins playing with yet another new cue yesterday, as spotted by the eagle-eyed Mr. Hallett.
Thank you very much.
He's gone from an ash cue with the grain pointing one way to an ash cue with the grain pointing the other way to a maple cue. And he certainly played very well yesterday with it. Knocked in back-to-back centuries, did Higgins. Looking to recapture his form of a couple of seasons ago when he was winning virtually every tournament he entered. Last season was not as successful for him, apart from this Shanghai Masters, where of course he won in such style against Judd Trump in the final.
Well, meanwhile, Ali Carter's got a bit to do here to be successful in this year's Shanghai Masters. He's up against it now. He'll be annoyed with himself missing that black off the spot, because it wasn't a tough black. It was about a 3/4 ball pot. Took his eye off it and finished up costing him the frame, and now he's got it all to do. Very capable of winning from here, of course. A chance here. Had a red to the corner. Chose to play the safety. This guy's in good form though. He's very confident at the moment.
Back-to-back successes in the 6 Reds World Championship. Hadn't reached the quarterfinals of a major ranking event before last season, but managed to get to a couple of major semis, including the UK Championship. Well, there was an air of resignation about that attempt at escaping the snooker from Carter, perhaps still frustrated at the manner in which he lost the previous frame.
Well, the miss is being called. Mark had a quick look at the red to the corner, but decided to have them put back.
Terry Camilleri is our referee. Always a test of the official skills when a miss is called and balls have been disturbed. Davies, I'm sure, relieved, because he would have been concerned to see his 3-0 advantage being whittled away and perhaps evaporating altogether before Carter missed that black off its spot. Carter just checking that he's happy with the position of the balls, and the players agree.
Well, I think he's trying to get into the edge of the pack here, around about the pink spot. Just a little bit of side on the cue ball, but he's going twice across now, going to the left-hand side of the pack. But the blue could be in the way, going across the table. Is he going back to plan A?
Well, he knows if he gets it wrong, it could potentially be his last shot of the match, so no wonder he's giving this plenty of thought.
Yes, he needs that cue ball to stick in the pack, Phil, doesn't he? If it slides off it, he could easily leave one on, as you've mentioned. I think it's plan A then. Well, that certainly wasn't plan A. I'm not quite sure what plan that was.
Hit and hope. Well, he hit all right, but I think hope may have fallen by the wayside. Certainly a red for Davis to go at, if not a couple.
Very surprised at that, Ali Carter, doing that, because that was the frustration from the previous frame, I'm sure. But you know, he had options there. That wasn't the only shot he had on. He had options to try and get that cue ball safe, but that could prove to be very expensive. And the hope now is, of course, that Mark misses. Just look at these reds.
1. Seven. 8. 14. 15.
That sounded a heavy contact as well. Hasn't quite gone far enough on the blue.
21.
Well, so many options here for Davis. It's really just a matter of keeping his concentration, keeping control of the cue ball. Strange to relate that a 40-year-old should have a breakthrough season just 12 months ago, but that was the case with Davis, reaching the last 4 of the Wuxi Classic and the Australian Open, and then, as I mentioned, the UK Championship, where he beat John Higgins before losing to Mark Selby 9-4. Back-to-back 6 Reds titles and 3 in all now. That's clearly a format he enjoys. He's full of confidence.
Well, he'd like to get this match out of the way at this visit if he can, because he knows that Ali Carter is very capable of coming back at him. I think it was that last shot that he played, though, was born out of frustration from the previous frame when he missed that black off the spot. I mean, it's Ali had options there, but he decided just to throw his cue at one.
Got to be a little bit careful here, Davis, on the stretch.
Well, he obviously played the cannon. It's not too bad. He's got a red to the. As you watch this again,
Thirty-four.
he's caught that too full. He wanted to hit it on the right hand side. He's got one to the middle. He's got one to the corner. One good pot here just to keep the break going. Well, it's 5 reds, 5 blacks so far.
I'm sure that'll be the last thing on his mind. Victory is all important for Davis. I guess the challenge for him now, having reached 3 major semis, is to go at least one step further. Well, that was always
Mark Davis.
a possibility. Very tight angle to find the pot from where he was, and a lifeline for Carter.
Yeah, the only reason I mentioned that, Phil, is because, of course, the maximum break prize has rolled over. It's now £40,000 for a maximum, because this is a full ranking event. That wouldn't occur in, of course, the PTCs, but if anybody does make a maximum this week, that would be a nice little prize.
Worth having.
Especially if you win the tournament as well.
Yeah, that would take your earnings for the week to 120,000. That'll pay for a few Christmas presents. Mark King is a frame away from booking the first round proper meeting with Graham Dott in his wildcard match against Zhu Ying Wei. So Davis 40 points to the good then in the frame he needs for victory over Ali Carter. He'll be a little frustrated, however, that he couldn't make more of the chance he had before he ran out of position and missed a tricky red to left centre. This is also tricky. Well played in such a way that he was running away from the reds. Davis will be aware, though, that this match is a long way from being over. Carter these days is one of the toughest match players out there. And if he can get a chance to get back into this frame, he's more than capable of turning it around.
One.
Well, that's a great pot from Carter. Now, can he capitalise off the black and get right back in this frame?
8. Nine.
Well, Carter earned this opportunity with that fabulous long red, and the red's very invitingly placed to at least get right back on terms here.
15.
Only one red is tied up on the side rail.
And we know what he's like. He's a bit of a tiger, isn't he? We'll look at Mark in the chair, but Ali Carter, a tiger, and he won't give this one up.
Playing with a new perspective after his recent illness. Very honest about the way he views his career to date. Felt that he hadn't actually worked as hard as he should have done
21.
before he was diagnosed with the testicular cancer, and he said that he'd got as much out of his career as he deserved, the inference being that he should have achieved more. And I think he feels now, having successfully beaten his illness, that he wants to apply himself more than he's ever done before. He's already a multiple ranking event titleist, reigning German Masters champion, twice a World Championship runner-up when only the great Ronnie O'Sullivan denied him.
27.
And of course he's had his long battle with Crohn's disease. He's got a lot of courage, has Carter, but he'll be very frustrated there with what looked like a heavy contact. Won this title, of course, 3 years ago, so he has happy memories of Shanghai. But that was a bit of bad luck, Mike. It looked like a heavy contact.
Yes, and now he's had a quick look at the blue, but again, we've seen these miss before. This could be a big shot here if he doesn't pop this in. Looks good. That's a great shot.
Fine recovery.
35.
Well, it wasn't a gimme, but you'd
Ali
expect
Carter,
him to get it.
35.
And the question is whether he's left it. The look on Carter's face would suggest he might have done. It's tight, but I think it might go.
And of course, with 4 high-value colours here, with the open reds, you won't need that awkward red on the side cushion. He could do enough damage here, Mark, to leave Ali needed, well, if not 1, 2 snookers. But he's not, well, he's got a shot on the pink, but I think he might play the brown here. Pink would be better for him, can get the pink down this end of the table, but I think the brown is the shot. Well, that sounded a bit heavy as well.
There have been a lot of kicks
5.
in the arena in the last couple of days here, and one suspects that the humidity has something to do with that.
Yeah, Ali was looking at the red and white as well when he missed that red to the corner pocket, and Mark definitely hasn't come far enough for his intended red. He's going to have to take on the more difficult red on the other side, and he'll be thinking, well, I might have another chance here.
Yeah, this is tough, particularly with the rest. Very missable under pressure. Big moment in this frame. And a great pot. But has he got position? Well, anywhere but there, really.
Well, I think the pink passes the green, so he will have a shot on the pink. It's a thin cut on the blue. Could still pot that, though.
Cameraman in the background there, capturing every shot.
Might even have a shot on the yellow.
Mark King, by the way, has racked up a 5-1 victory in his wildcard round match against Zhu Yingwei. So it's King against the former world champion Graham Dott for the right to meet Neil Robertson. Well, Carter can only sit and hope. This is the red he missed. It's never easy into a blind pocket when you're looking away from the pocket as you strike the cue ball.
Well, on that replay, Phil, it didn't look like it was a bad contact. It was probably just a bad shot, really. But Mark still has a bit to do here. Good pot there, though.
17 points to the good, still 51 on, though. He's a missable.
13.
Again, position on the blue proves elusive, at least in the way he wanted it.
Yes, and we're taking a lower colour before. We now will need that red near the side cushion. Well, this again needs another good pot here to get over for this right-hand red. He's having to work hard here for these.
It was another good rest shot, wasn't it?
16.
Yes, it was. Well, he has a shot on the red here, but I say he still will need that one on the side cushion.
John Higgins, defending champion, remember, awaits the winner. Well, once again, it was a blind pocket shot.
Mark Davis,
Always
16.
the danger of pushing the red to the far jaw, which is what happened there. So a chance again for Ali Carter as we see a replay of the attempted red to left centre from Davis, drifting to the far jaw. It's all about that red on the side cushion with the colours on their spots.
Yes, he's got that problem now. Oh, I thought he missed that.
Played it with drag to hold for the blue, but very nearly saw the red stay on the lip.
Now, does he try to move this final red or just try and get him behind it? He's got to stun down and just miss the pink on the left-hand side with side on the cue ball. Well, he's thinking, is he wondering we might be going into another frame here? Now, can he get himself onto this final red? Missed the pink, there's the side. I think he's played to move that, especially at that pace. Well, there's no way he'll take this on. It's got to be a safety. Well, let's put it this way, I'd be very surprised if he does. Is he taking it on? Well, I can't believe that. I really can't believe that shot, not at this stage.
And it was a somewhat half-hearted attempt, having decided to take on such a difficult red. He really got nowhere near it. One or two surprising shot choices from Carter in this frame. His escape from the snooker earlier when he crashed into the reds, a bit of a hit and hope. Looked like it might cost him the match. He got back in, of course, but that one was very high risk.
Well, he's just gifted this match to Mark Davis.
1.
If he lands on the colour, of course. Well, he's on the pink to the corner. He played on the black.
He's 16 points in front, so he needs the yellow as well.
I think he's laying the snooker.
Well, that's careless from Davis, you have to say. He shouldn't have given Carter another chance there. Yes, he remains the favourite, having laid the tricky snooker, but he should be shaking hands with Carter by now, and if he does go on to lose this frame, that might be a difficult mental obstacle to overcome. But it's another hit and hope. There's nothing Carter could do there except hope for the best, and he's left the yellow.
The miss has been called, but I don't think Mark will take it, because he can drop this yellow in and be on the green.
He only needs the yellow and the green to wrap up the match. And he's missed the yellow. Well, that can only be pressure. What a miss. Ali Carter must have been thinking he was on a plane back home there. And how important will that prove to be? Pure pressure, nothing more. That's going to hurt if Carter wraps up this frame. Still has some work to do, but if he can get on the green, he's the favourite. He's on the green.
Well, just log that yellow there, Phil, because, as you say, it could be a massive turning point in this match. We shall see. Still got the business to do in this frame yet, though.
It's been a strange old frame, this one.
Well, a couple of shots that Ali's played already. He looked a bit fed up and thought, you know, I've had enough of this, but all of a sudden he's been thrown a lifeline. Can he take it?
The attempted red along the left-hand rail was a strange shot choice, particularly given that he missed it by such a margin, having committed to play it.
No.
But he's been granted a reprieve courtesy of that error from Davis. He needs the remaining colours. This is not as straightforward as he would have liked it to be, but you would expect him to get them. Wow. A lot of nerves out there, and it just goes to show it doesn't matter how good you are, how experienced, how successful you've been, the pressure gets to every player who's ever picked up a cue.
He's got away with it, though.
And it's what makes this game so special, Mike.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. When the pressure comes on, it's amazing what happens, isn't it?
So, very much back in the balance this frame then. Davis, 11 points to the good. He needs just one of the remaining colours. Will he be tempted to take the blue on? It's very tough, but if he gets it, it's a frame and match winner.
Still has a chance to take us into another frame here.
Now where's the cue ball heading for? I think he's okay, but only just. Oh, heart in mouth time for Davis there, I'm sure.
He's left it. That is a poor shot. I think it's all over now for Ali Carter.
It should be. Just this blue to leave Carter requiring a snooker.
Some really strange shots choices from Ali Carter in this frame, Phil, when he had a good chance to continue the match. But it looks all over now. He needs one snooker and try and nail the pink.
Well, the pink stays out, so Carter, I'm sure, will play on. He only needs the one snooker, as Mike mentioned. Davis, I'm sure, will be relieved. It would appear he's done enough. Frames have been retrieved, of course, from this position.
Well, he got a big bounce there off that side cushion. It looked good, and it just sort of, the speed looked good, but it just pinged off the side cushion. And the thing is, with those sort of shots, you don't want to have the white flying around the table. And it's not finished too bad, considering he got the double kiss. Well, first and foremost, you've got to get the pink safe. And that needs to go onto that back cushion. Not bad.
Yes, an inch further off the cushion, and it would have been a cuttable pink for Davis.
Well, I'm not sure whether that's good or bad. They're always difficult, those, when you're trying to play the slow screw shot behind the black. Well, all Mark has to do here is just dolly the pink to the green pocket, and if it goes in, it's all over. Doesn't look far away. That looks pretty close to me. Oof.
Well, Carter will do well to keep this on the table. And
Even match, Mark Davis.
Ali's had enough. So a handshake then. Mark Davis comes through. Ali Carter threatened to come back when he closed from 3-0 behind to just 3-2 behind. He had a chance to potentially level the match, Mr. Black off its spot, and had chances in that frame as well to extend this battle. But as Ali Carter signs an autograph or two, Mark Davis is celebrating victory. He's come through by 5 frames to 2, and he'll play the defending champion John Higgins in the next round.